Hello and welcome to Tularis University. In this video, we'll show you how to use the XPressEntry door and handheld location tracking feature. Now, we assume in this video that you have XPressEntry installed, you see in the middle of my screen here, and that you have your handheld installed and connected, which you see on the far right of my screen. Now, the location tracking feature is very useful in case you have one reader that is being used across different locations in your facility. In this case, the guard can move from door to door or location to location, and our handheld will automatically switch the doors based on the GPS location that is mapped to those doors within your facility. Now, to enable this feature, let's go into Settings. Now, let's go to Tools, Settings. Now, the very first thing to enable is the handheld functionality. So let's go under Reader Profiles and select Handheld Functionality, and we'll select Enable Location Tracking. You should immediately see the location icon displayed on your handheld once you select and enable that feature. Now, the next thing to do is to enable the display so we can modify the GPS location of the door. So let's go into the General and select Add Edit Display. And under the GPS section, you select Show GPS Coordinates on Doors and Show GPS Columns in Activity. Now, a very neat way to get the location of your door and set it is to just present a card on the handheld, and we will report the GPS coordinates, which you can now map to that door. So it's easy for you to just go to the door location, be right in the middle of the location, and then present a card, copy the GPS coordinates, and map that to the door. So I'll just demonstrate how we do that. But before we do that, let us enable the final feature, which is to set the GPS location based, the handheld location based on the GPS location. So let's select Set Doors based on handheld GPS location. Hit Save. Now, once we have all that set up, let us present a card to get the GPS location of my current door. Let's go into Add Edit Info, or rather, let's go into Activity, and I can now copy this record. Just to copy out the GPS location, you can go into a notepad, paste that, and just copy the GPS data. Let's go into Add Edit Info. So I want to set my manufacturing east entrance as this GPS location. Now, the GPS radius is very important. In this case, we are setting this to about 50 meters. We do recommend you set it to a good number so that you can get a good location accuracy. Now, if you pay attention to the handheld, we'll just minimize here. You see my handheld is set to the admin east entrance. See that there? And so we expect that once I save this, since this is my current location, it should automatically set my door down to the current GPS location, which is the manufacturing east entrance. So let's hit save and see what happens. If you pay attention to the handheld, you can see the handheld says that it's set to the current location, which is the manufacturing east entrance, and you can see that the door has switched to the manufacturing east entrance. Another cool thing you can do is to actually look at the location on the screen. As you can see in my location, you can see the admin and the manufacturing overlapping themselves. I can just reduce this to about 15 meters and see what happens when I save. This is cool for you to be able to set your doors properly so that they don't overlap. And also you can actually see the handheld move from location to location via your screen. This can be done from any of our handheld devices, and you can report this on the server. One more cool thing we have as a feature is that we can present a report to you when the handheld goes out of the GPS location. So if we go back here, you see that our handheld is still within the location, but because I've reduced the radius, you can see it's now saying that the GPS is not near the door. What happens is when you present a badge to the handheld, it will send the transaction with that flag telling you that the handheld was presented at a location that is not near any door. So let's present a badge. And if you go into the activity history, you should see that flag that says the GPS is not near door. This will be sent for each badge presentation where the GPS is not in the particular location where you have mapped to that door. And this brings an end to the demonstration of this feature. Please feel free to reach out to us at helpdesk@telarus.com for any technical queries or sales@telarus.com for any product inquiries. Thank you.